Imagine if the God everyone prays to, whom people believe is loving and good, is actually a monster, the most evil being of all. This is precisely what a secret and forgotten book, called the Gospel of Judas, claims, set to shake your worldview. You've probably heard of Judas before. He's the one who betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. Common belief paints him as one of history's greatest villains. But what if there's more to the story? The secret gospel, hidden from the world for centuries, suggests that the God people worship is actually the devil in disguise. Discovered in Egypt in the 1970s by a treasure hunter, instead of being shared, it was stolen. It lay hidden in a box for years, a dark secret no one wanted to discuss. When finally revealed, people were in disbelief. In this gospel, Judas isn't as wicked as we thought. It claims Judas, though imperfect, is the only one perceptive enough to understand what's really happening. Unlike the other disciples, absorbed in worshiping the evil God, Judas can see beyond the illusions of the material world. At a key moment in this gospel, Jesus tells Judas, "Step away from the others, and I will teach you the mysteries of the kingdom." This significant moment highlights Judas's unique distinction from the rest. He's not among the 12 who are misled. Judas has a unique role in the cosmic plan. He's chosen to understand the true nature of reality. Often seen as the ultimate traitor, Judas is actually the disciple who grasps the deepest, most mysterious truths. The most chilling revelation of this gospel is the idea that the God who created the world is actually evil. Gnostic texts describe this God, sometimes called Yaldabaoth or Sackless, as a dark, oppressive ruler. This false god deceived humanity into believing he's the only God, when he's just a lesser being ruling a flawed material world. Jesus explains to Judas that humanity has been misled for generations, worshiping this false god and trapped in the cycle of life and death within the material world. The material world is depicted as a prison that hinders souls from realizing their true divine potential. Only by acquiring secret knowledge, the gnosis that Jesus shares with Judas, can one escape this prison and reconnect with the true divine realm. The concept of gnosis is central in many Gnostic texts. It's about discovering our true self, not just learning facts. Gnosticism holds that we are all fragments of the divine mind, but we've forgotten due to the false gods trapped in the physical world. The only escape from this trap is through gnosis, direct knowledge of our divine nature. The traditional accounts portray the 12 disciples as devout followers of Jesus, learning from him and spreading his teachings. But in this gospel, the perception of the disciples is quite different. The gospel shows Jesus having little respect for the 12. He even openly mocks them while they pray, criticizing their prayers and telling them they worship the wrong God. This suggests the other disciples are spiritually blind, unable to see the bigger picture. Meanwhile, Judas recognizes Jesus' true nature. The contrast in perception is stark. To the other disciples, Judas appears as a traitor. According to Jesus, only Judas sees the truth. This difference in perception drives the whole story. The disciples think they're on the right path, but they're lost, worshiping a god of chaos. Only Judas realizes the true goal is to free themselves from the false god. Judas's supposed betrayal becomes a crucial act that allows Jesus to break free from the false god's material world. But there's more to the story than simply handing Jesus over to the authorities. Interestingly, Judas's actions are part of Jesus's plan, one that Judas uniquely understands. Jesus warns Judas that his actions will bring generations of curses and hatred. Judas is aware of this but proceeds anyway. This makes Judas's role even more tragic. He's not betraying Jesus for selfish reasons. He's making a sacrifice that will cost him everything, including his reputation. Judas becomes a tragic figure, someone who understands the truth but must suffer for it. He knows he'll forever be remembered as the villain, though he's the one who understood Jesus' true mission. The intriguing idea that Judas might not be a villain but a misunderstood hero challenges us. Yet, Jesus refers to Judas as the 13th demon, hinting at a dark fate. The Gospel of Judas doesn't offer easy answers. On one hand, Judas understands more than the other disciples, close to Jesus and trusted with secret knowledge. On the other hand, dark forces seem to dictate his ultimate fate. While Judas is entrusted with knowledge of the true divine kingdom, his destiny is shrouded in darkness. Jesus tells him he won't ascend to divine light but will take his place in the realm of darkness. This raises an unsettling question. Was Judas always destined to be part of the same evil he sought to escape? Did his understanding come at the price of his soul? This tragic twist suggests Judas's role in the cosmic plan was necessary but doomed from the start. He may have been the only one to see the truth, but knowing the truth wasn't enough to save him. Judas's journey is one of sacrifice, not just of Jesus but of himself. Despite his deeper understanding, dark forces seem to bind his soul and doom his name forever. If you enjoy diving deep into the mysteries of the Gospel of Judas and questioning everything we thought we knew, you can support this channel by clicking the Super Thanks button. Every contribution makes a difference, and together we can continue discovering secrets most people don't even think to ask about. This gospel challenges everything we believed, not just about Judas but about the nature of salvation, divinity, and the cosmic order. It suggests that understanding the truth can come at a great personal cost. Judas's knowledge sets him apart from the other disciples but leads to a tragic end. It implies the path to enlightenment and liberation from the false god's control is fraught with danger. While divine truth is powerful, it doesn't guarantee a happy ending. Judas knew the truth, but that truth led him down a dark path where his soul intertwined with the very forces he sought to combat. This story pushes us to delve into our personal convictions and examine the lessons we've received. It suggests there's more to the world than meets the eye. The battle between light and darkness isn't just a cosmic event, it's an internal struggle we all face daily. The journey to understanding may not be easy, and the truths we discover don't always lead to salvation. But it invites us to explore further, to seek hidden knowledge that might free us from the control of false forces, even if the journey is perilous. This story isn't just about Judas, it's about all of us. It's about the struggle to find truth in a world full of deception and the price we might pay for seeking that truth. The story of Judas is one of revelation and tragedy, reminding us that the lines between good and evil, light and darkness, aren't always as clear as we'd like. Thank you for watching. Join our community by subscribing to this channel. Until the next video.